Hello guys, and welcome back, or welcome to my channel. I'm Wolfie. Let's get right into the video. Star Stable, March blog, horse tack, horse bonding, and player character update. I've already read through this. There's very exciting things. Player character update. This month they're focusing on clothes and items, but the player character will have a new body, which means the clothes they wear need to be updated as well. So basically here they explain that 3D models are called meshes, and the higher a number of faces, aka polygons, a mesh has, usually the better it looks. The new player character has more polygons, polygons than the old one. They're basically saying that even if they had a way to automatically shape the old clothes onto the new character, it would look weird, as they would need more polygons to look consistent in quality. However, if they increase the number of polygons on the items, the textures will get weird and they can't be used anymore. And obviously they cannot repaint everything because, well, there's almost 10,000 textures, which is absolutely insane. And their 3D artists researched a lot of baking options, which usually apply when you go from high resolution to lower resolutions, not the other way around. She consulted several people and spent weeks testing the best approach, as you can see in the picture below. I will show that in just a quick minute. She managed to have a brand new coat with more polygons and still keep the original texture. And thanks to that, they're now able to plan how much of the clothes update process will be made by hand, and how much can be automated. And then they want to thank us for patience and support. And they're also saying that the update will be free. You don't need to purchase anything to update the character, which is absolutely amazing. And they don't have to repurchase any items that they already own, which is, that makes sense. So yeah, here's the picture. First one is the current, the old one. As you can see, a lot less polygons than the new one. So yeah. Anyways, as you can see, the new character is looking way better. So yeah. I think partially why we have such crusty characters is because they were made quite a bit of time ago, where you couldn't do as advanced things, and yeah. Anyways, and the next thing we have is horse tack, and Lada is talking about, so she's the character / creature lead artist. Her job is to make sure that everything with the spine looks good in the game and follows the style guide. She also works with normal tasks and loves doing NPCs. And she will be talking about Tack. The old Tack, which has been around for a very, very long time, has many problems, and 3D tools that they had back in the day were not as good as now, as you can guess. And 10 years ago, unwrapping was made by hand, and this resulted in texture stretching. So they had to skew the textures to make them look good in the game, and several old solutions are very hard to work with. The old models also have a much lower poly count. Poly count is how many polygons are, which they already explained, and that's why the old tack looks very pointy. Here we have two pictures: old saddle pad on the left with an old saddle on the left, and then the new saddle pad with a new saddle, which, as you can see, looks a lot better. Still currently talking about Tack. So at the horse and character team, they want to update the old Tack to new realistic versions with a good UV. They also want to add the Tack that they feel is lacking. And as a horse person herself, there's a ton of new things she would like to add. Like ear bonnets, which, oh my god, yes, martingales, and of course breastplates, because, blankets, oh my god, I would love this, and so on. From a graphical point of view, it seems easy to add another item slot, but man, what a rabbit hole it was when we started looking into the technical aspect. They need to update the whole system the user interface, coding, inventory shops, etc. And such a large project means that they need to plan properly for a joint effort in the future. But in the meantime, they will stick to the item slots that they currently have. Then they have retrofitting, which we're going to get a couple more horses fitted to the Tack that we have currently. So previously when they retrofitted Tack, they had a whole team spend several months, months, fitting all of the Generation 3 horses at once, and it produced a shit ton of bugs. They've decided that that it was a poor way of updating them, because they still find bugs from previous Tack projects. And when we add new gear to an older horse, we need to reload the horse breed in the engine. The problem with that is that all NPCs using that particular horse breed will literally break. Yeah, there's an image, I will show you that, and they have now developed a tool to ensure that this does not happen, but it's not foolproof. They also need a person to play through every single quest where that horse is used. Yeah, oh my god. And of course take notes on where it breaks. This fall, they made a test with the Lusitano to see how well the tool worked. Well, unfortunately, they ran into several bugs, one of which is, by the way, still unsolved. I'm looking at you, Circus Race Lusitano. I don't have it yet, for some reason. Anyways, they will continue to update the horses in smaller batches so it's more manageable, which I think is completely reasonable because, oh my god. So starting with the Equestrian Festival, they will reload the English Thoroughbred, Lusitano, and Arabian. Unfortunately, the Andalusian will have to wait because it's used in so many quests, which is completely understandable. As a prep for the next generation of horses, they're currently working on the Generation 3, which started with the Connemara, so damn. Oh, wait, Connemara is the first Generation 3 horse, or pony. What? Damn. They plan to have all the essential Tack updated, so they won't have to do too much retrofitting in the future. Moving on to a very interesting topic, which is horse bonding. So this is Carl writing this, or Carolina. She's a game designer at Star Stable. Last year they started talking about the role of horses in Star Stable, and the love appreciation they have for horses, of course shared by all the players and everyone here there at Star Stable. And they started to explore how to make a bond between a horse and player more meaningful. That they ask themselves, what does it really mean to bond with your horse in real life? And what prevents you from building that same connection with the horses in Star Stable Online? They recognize multiple challenges we'd like to tackle. We want to ensure that each new horse feels like a start of an exciting journey. They have lots of ideas how they can help players express and explore their horses' personalities. They also want to give players more meaningful decisions over how they connect and play with their horses. Eventually, they also want to figure out how to do what to do with their fully leveled horses, and they call this the Horse Bonding Initiative, which I can call for short HBI because it makes sense. So basically, the picture is of a new sales-like thing, and oh my god, it will literally show the animations, which is great, and you can scroll between, you would be able to scroll. This would be the new, this is also to clear up space, because as you know, there is so many horses, and you could just scroll through, what is it called? The codes, which would be really helpful, so you wouldn't have to move from one place to another, and they show the animations here. This is just like concept art, I think, so it looks very cool, and it's probably going to be released like for half the players until it's permanently released. And here they tell us how horse bonding is a huge initiative, and they decided to start at the beginning. Of course, horse purchasing, which is where, you know, your journey with your horse starts. And it could be a meaningful experience. And they want to give players the tools to truly customize their horses. As a first step, they are trying to inspire roleplay by giving players additional narrative options such as age and gender, which has already been released, and I absolutely love it. Just to, you know, explore who their horse might be. They also explored alternative options for the concept art that appears when clicking Buy Horse instead of showing a generic loading screen. Imagine a cutscene of the horse approaching you. Oh my god, I love that idea. Indicating that this is the start of your shared journey. I actually do love that idea. I do. Another idea that I would love is test riding horses. If they were to ever add, like, real personalities where the horses would be hot-headed, or they would buck, or they would be more difficult, or they would just be chill ponies who do everything you ask them, and they could refuse jumps. Of course, that would be very, very difficult to make, and I get why they wouldn't do that, but I'm just saying that it would be quite cool. That's just the beginning. They also want to add more information to horse purchases, such as the generation, available main styles, whether you already have that horse-like variation, and of course the special moves or gates. They also wanted to rework the horse purchasing in a way that finally solves the issue of running out of space in Jorvik for horses, which is a pretty big issue. With their old system, they had to place every horse in Jorvik with every coat color, and, you know, they keep releasing horses because everyone wants horses, you know? We want all the breeds in the world, which I know some people get frustrated at, that they just keep releasing horses, but come on, I actually like that they release horses, like, every month, because I'm not going to buy every one of them. My star coins are just not accepting that, but, I love it because it's a chance to get new horses. I wish they didn't rush them all the time, though, that they just took their time and made the horses over, like, sometimes more than 1 month. That would be pretty cool. Hopefully this video isn't very long. Anyways, and obviously more problematic the lack of space became. With the new system, it would be possible to show one horse variation at a time, but with which the other variations you can access from the purchase window. But they still wanted to give the option to see the variation in the world. So when you're inspecting and you choose the available code and you exit, then the world gets updated, and the one that you were last on, that will be showing up as a preview, you know? So when will we see these changes in the game? Well, the customization, as you know, is already exists. Players can edit these anytime in the horse sheet, and yeah. And they say next we need our help in the upcoming Equestrian Festival that begins on April 6th. Half of the player base will see the new horse purchasing window for the horses, which I would love personally to experience, because I would definitely make a video on that. That are sold at the festival. They would love to hear what we think of the new horse purchasing window before we roll this feature out permanently. The horse bonding, the HBI has just begun. And with the first new customization options, and soon with some purchasing improvements. Afterwards, they're going to look to improve the leveling experience and explore horse personalities. Oh my god, yes. And they would love to hear how we want to bond with our equine companions in game. And now they say we have an ambitious roadmap and a strong desire to put the horse fantasy at the center of Star Stable. Thank you for reading. Now, these are very exciting things in my opinion. That may not be your opinion. So, but I personally think that these are really cool. And what I would love to see is horse personalities, basically, and being able to lunge your horses, for example, and train them in a little bit of a different way. Anyways, that's it for the video, and if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss another upload. See ya!